Billy Bob Brown. Tell us what it's going to look like in a couple of years there. You're kind of sitting on the top of this, trying to pull all this together, you and your organization over there. What's it look like in 2 to 3 years?
Thanks. The interesting component that I see as we look forward into the future is how voice, video, data, and information services on behalf of operators that are providing for the safety of our citizens is pulled together through the entirety of the emergency communications ecosystem. As Lori talked about, text and multimedia to 911, as Wade talked about, having the ability for multimedia to eventually be pushed out through alerts and warnings to, give, granular kinds of information to citizens to help them understand what the threat and the challenges are. What we want to help make sure that we're looking at all of this advancement into the all IP and connected environment recognizes is risks and challenges that face us today. A few years ago, when we were talking about challenges for emergency communications and public safety, we were really only talking about, focusing on trying to do effective and integrated partnering and planning against, challenges that were reflected in, destructive and disruptive weather, accidents and challenges that cause congestion and the need for priority access for our first responders. However, today, we recognize that there's thinking challenges, criminality all across the world that's organized, and even nation state considerations, force us to think more broadly and understand that the emergency communications ecosystem has challenges. What if there were malware embedded in that multimedia that was sent to 911, that eventually went to the cruiser, that was eventually sent out as part of an alert or warning that now potentially has challenges that infect large numbers of emergency communications systems across a large area. And if that was pre-planned, so the idea of, looking at the risks that face all of our national critical functions and understanding those challenges in the all IP environment and the cybersecurity challenges that pose our connected emergency communication systems is what we see in the future as we move towards, more of a partnering, more of a close collaborative working together amongst all of our communicators, whether they're information technologies specialists, whether they're communication spectrum specialists, whether they're wired infrastructure specialists or satellite specialists, all working together because we recognize that for the safety of the citizen, where those seconds count, we do have to work together faster in order to solve those problems, to prevent that adaptive, dynamic, and active thinking threat from hampering and hindering and challenging and disrupting our emergency services as they're trying to provide for safety of citizens. And that's where we're going. That's where I see us working. That's where we're actively continuing to build partnerships. Just a little plug. CISA is hiring. www.cisa.gov. We are always looking to bring on new talent to help us continue to advance the security and the resilience across the nation against what we know are the risks that face us, which, as I sort of articulated, encompassed in this thinking threat is one that really takes all of us working together. That is why we are the United States. We are stronger together.